Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, here continuing the journey of the Batman. This is the Batman Season 2, Episode 12, titled Strange Minds. I love that title, Strange Minds. So, last week's episode was Grundy's Night. Realistically, it should have been called Clayface's Night, but of course, that would have spoiled the surprise that Solomon Grundy wasn't actually Solomon Grundy, it was Clayface. But then they hinted at the very end of the episode, which I kind of figured they would do this, that indeed Solomon Grundy does exist, which is pretty cool. So we're going to watch this episode for this week. Next week, which would be the Season 2 finale, is actually going to be Batman vs. Dracula. I'm going to be watching that film and putting it out the following week after this week's, of course, episode. So there'll be a small break because we'll be watching that film, and then I'll get to the Season 2 finale, and then we'll be moving on, of course, into Season 3 and the rest of the seasons. But I think there's 5 seasons in total. So we still have this journey to, quite a bit of this journey to go here. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens in that Batman vs. Dracula, because you guys have been saying, when I should watch it, when I shouldn't watch it, in terms of like replacing it in terms of watching the show and then jumping to that film. So I decided, since I heard from a number of people, to watch it before Season 3, and people are saying before the Season 2 finale realistically. So I decided, okay, I'll just watch it next week instead of the Season 2 finale, and then the Season 2 finale will happen, and then we'll just continue on. So yeah, I'm loving the show. I really am, and I do appreciate all of you guys for supporting the videos and commenting your thoughts and everything, and talking about things you like about the episodes. It's really cool to hear your guys' feedback, because for me, I had heard about the show. Sorry, my voice went out there. It's early in the morning. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that years ago I had seen bits and pieces of the show, like very little amount of it, but I remember seeing some things, but it just didn't really connect, and now I'm fully invested in the show, of course, and I want to thank you guys so much for voting and supporting and pushing for this show to be seen by me and saying you need to watch this show. And I'm so glad I did, because I love the fact that it's its own unique take with some things that are similar to previous things I've seen before, of course, in Batman animation and just Batman media in general. So yeah, I'm enjoying all that, but I'm just loving how this show is standing out, and I just love what they've brought to the table with this show. So let's get into now, guys. Season 2, Episode 12, Strange Minds. Let's get into it and see what the show is, guys. I'm excited. Let's go.
Hi, I'd like a veggie pizza. I have a coupon?
Veggie pizza.
Pizza delivery.
Oh no. Oh shit. That should have been obvious, a clown. Of course it's a clown that Bruce is watching sing, so.
The costume worn on stage by the first ever Pagliacci. Worth its weight in gold thread.
Oh my God.
Chief of Psychiatry at Arkham.
Ah, my promotion, yes.
His promotion.
Thank you,
Ooh.
thank you.
I'm glad they're bringing him back.
I'm equally excited about.
He's just there. Hello.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I'm a tad embarrassed, Bruce.
I'm a tad embarrassed. He's gone.
Bruce?
He's gone. That's kind of interesting. Oh, well, that was done.
Fascinating, like watching two sides of the same coin.
Oh.
Thank you for an opera yin. Do you read me? Detective Yin.
Nope. Nope. Really? A jester?
Where am I?
I'm not surprised.
Joker! Let me out!
Wow. Holy crap.
All I needed was the right
Okay.
suit and a leading lady. You look like you could really hit the low notes. Somewhere in a box. It's set to spring free in 8 hours.
He's not wrong. She's in a box.
Really big pop. I have developed a device that allows its user
Oh,
to
that
tap
device talked about.
directly into a patient's mind. Like a two-way radio transmission. What alternative do we have to save Detective Yin?
That's a good point. What alternative? I mean, he's not going to give it up.
Set it up. It's the Wayne Industries prototype of Strange's device.
Set it
Fully
up.
Operational, I take it?
Yep.
Professor Strange may mean well.
If I may say, sir, this is positively daft.
I mean, it's
You
kind of
couldn't risk
crazy.
your own
It is really
sanity.
bizarre. This is really getting kind of bonkers. Okay, going in the mind, inside the mind of the Joker.
Well, this isn't my machine. Welcome to my head.
Welcome. Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna get crazy.
Joker's childhood, the inevitable key to his mental state.
No cowl, though. Be careful. Ooh. Ooh, shockwave. Oh, they okay. They know he's there, probably. Joker fish. What the hell?
Joker's Gotham.
Yep.
He can! The Batman in my belfry! Just watch out for the loose screws.
Yeah. Oh.
You better bolt.
Bolt. The humor.
Psych! What Ma said!
Enough mind games, Joker. Joker won't consciously talk.
No.
I need to apply his subconscious mind.
Exactly. Do something different. Approach it differently. That's a lot of ideas. My God.
No, why for yucks?
You're
The only shadow of his former self left in this crazy place? It's my day job. What
What?
I really want is to make people laugh.
her life depends on it.
It's so
Wrong
weird.
department.
That's
You
him.
want current schemes.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You better hurry, Batman. Yin's running out of time.
The box that she's in. Mirror?
Did you cope with this lack of attention from your parents? How'd you manage to get here?
Don't worry about it.
I'm the only one with the means of
I'm searching for Detective Yin.
Yes.
Like yourself.
a very strong need. Could it stem from a past trauma? Perhaps someone you once failed to rescue?
Well, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Tell me, why do I cross the road?
Oh my God.
I'm coming, Giddy.
This is good. It's a lot of Jokers. Yeah.
Failure is bound to make you cuckoo. Where's Yin?
I'm not gonna tell you. Joker! Joker War! Oh God!
How many jokers does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
Wouldn't know. They're too busy loosening Batman screws.
What? No. He's piecing it together. Oh? Oh no. You should pull him out. Ugh.
He's going mad.
Master Bruce, please
Oh.
come out of it. You must come out of there.
Come on. Come on.
Tell me where you're keeping her.
He won't just give it away. No.
Nigby.
He ate him. Jesus.
Batman.
Because now you're in deep, and there's no way out. It's over? I hate
It's not.
endings.
It's not over, I don't
Was she
think.
there?
Yes, she certainly was. I understand you saved my life.
No.
Messing with him.
You
That's
couldn't
good.
have found
That's
her.
smart.
I did not sing. You pulled Yin out from under the Gotham Symphony Hall stage, didn't you?
That was good. That was good. That's weird.
Where are we?
In my mind.
It's showtime.
It's showtime! He basically made his own Harley, essentially, with her being a jester costume. Good timing. Oh! Oh! Good catch.
So what took you?
The tears of a clown.
Wow.
The rage
Is he broken?
behind the veil.
Really?
Before I can get to the other side.
Oh. What a bizarre and trippy episode, but it freaking worked and it delivered, and I really enjoyed the hell out of this episode. I mean, it's pretty obvious. This was another great episode of the show. The show just continues to deliver. So the concept that they executed pretty damn well is going into Joker's mind. Of course, Hugo Strange goes in, by the way. Seeing Hugo Strange return is freaking awesome. His first appearance, of course, when Bennett on trial and everything. Cool reveal, like, oh shit, Hugo Strange, okay. Then they bring him back and he's more prominent in this episode. going inside Joker's mind, Hugo Strange, with that machine he talked about with Bruce and everything. And then Bruce goes and assembles it in the Batcave and also piggybacks off the servers, I guess, of Arkham Asylum to get inside that, inside their, two-way thing here, and basically turning into a three-way mind thing. And it really like came across pretty well in terms of how they executed it, but the concept is so bizarre going inside Joker's mind because there are so many different possibilities that they could approach in terms of going into Joker's mind, because this Joker, along with pretty much all the other Jokers in, Batman medium in terms of comics, TV, movies, all that, have been really crazy. So to go inside their minds, it would just be like a really bizarre trip, and there'd be so many insane things. And they did a lot of really bizarre stuff inside Joker's mind. The idea of Gotham being Joker's Gotham, where the moon is Joker, everybody's Joker. Like, it's really insane. Even that statue, the one that we saw in the very first episode of the show, and I believe this episode opened with seeing that statue again, that golden statue with that sword pointing out. We saw that in the very first episode where Joker, of course, was first introduced, of course, with the entire show being introduced, and we get to see all that again, and there's Joker's face or whatever on it. And we see Hugo Strange in like a Joker carnival, essentially, where everybody's Joker, even the little kids. There's even a baby at one point that Batman saves that woman Joker. It's a baby Joker. It was a lot. There's flying Joker fish. At one point, Hugo Strange sees a Joker chicken. It really went bizarre. It really did. But Hugo Strange found a little boy that was a little Joker and was talking to him like this is Joker as a child. And he's trying to ask questions. Of course, Joker's not going to just willingly give up information or explain his backstory. But then we get to see something that I wasn't expecting, because I was expecting some weird shit once they threw out, oh, by the way, we're going to go in Joker's mind. We're going to find out where Detective Vienna is going into Joker's mind. I'm like, okay. The one thing I wasn't expecting to truly see was a version of Joker before he falls into the vat of acid or the chemicals. We actually get to see a little bit of him, but he's the curator essentially of all of the ideas that Joker has had, and you get to see in the face and the voice a little bit. You get to see this is who he was before he fell, and then we get to see the cutout below it, and then his chair falls there along with him, and he falls into the chemicals, and out comes Joker. I think the reason why they didn't dive too much more into seeing this version of Joker, or essentially before Joker, like seeing the human behind the craziness, the human behind the turning point, is because they probably don't want to give really too much of a stamp on what version they're trying to approach. Like, they just want to focus on just, this is Joker. He's crazy. He's insane. Blah, 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 all those things, right? So they probably didn't want to do too much. I could be wrong. They could dive more into before the falling into the vat of acid chemicals. They could go that route of showing more of that, but I don't think so. I think with what they did here pretty much implies that they're not going to dive deeper. That's just my prediction. We'll see if I'm correct. But that was interesting to see that. Now, they started to slowly hint at different things in terms of where Yin was, where Yin is placed, because if they don't save Yin, she's going to die. We see the giant Jack-in-the-Box. We see all the dynamite. There was no way she could survive this. No way. Kind of reminds me, and it's so funny, this came up before, it kind of reminds me of 2008, of course, The Dark Knight, and we get to see what happens there involving that Joker, of course, Heath Ledger's, and capturing and putting dynamite and everything, and then the whole thing where, Bruce has to figure out who do I save and all that kind of stuff. It was a whole thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that. A little bit. But of course, these type of storylines have been in the comics before, so it's not like The Dark Knight stole from this episode of the Batman. I doubt Christopher Nolan was like, I like that angle in this episode about Yin and stuff. We're going to use that in our movie. I doubt that happened. So, Yin, I feel really bad. She comes home, and there is a pamphlet that was slid under her door for pizza. And I actually went back after finishing the episode. I went back and listened to that opening little phone call she had with Joker, but pretending to be some guy at a pizzeria. It was Joker. It was kind of obvious that it was Joker, but I'm like, okay, why are we seeing her order a pizza? Now it makes sense. 30 seconds or less, and then, of course, there's Joker with the pizza, of course. if she would have just looked at the little pamphlet, it's a clown with the pizzas, she could have figured it out, but of course she wasn't paying too much attention. She just probably came home from work and all that. Now, the part where Batman goes into the opera and there's all the Jokers laughing and stuff, and then we get to see like a like puppets on strings version of where Yin is in the box and here comes Batman and here's Hugo Strange and stuff. I thought that was really funny. And then all the Jokers attacking Batman, he starts to laugh and lose his mind, because we've already seen that before where, like, at one point when Joker was becoming Batman, he wanted his own version of Joker, so he injects Batman with that like snake thing or whatever, and it was turning him slowly into Joker essentially. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that. I'm like, we've already been down this road, but instead of him being injected with some sort of venom or some sort of toxin where he's starting to lose his mind, essentially like Joker, he's inside Joker's mind. So of course it's going to really push him to his limit. And then this is where the turning point occurred, which I thought was really well done, because it's something they mentioned and I didn't really connect and think, oh yeah, they could easily do that. Bruce thinks this is a two-way system here. So Joker, I'm in Joker's mind, that then Joker then eventually could come into my mind. So they played out a scene where Yin comes in and they're all saying, they're all done with the experiment, they're all done using the machine, and Joker believes it. Because the opening, when Hugo Strange first goes in, he thinks that they're still in the machine, and he's like, can you start the machine? I'm like, I've already started up. But he's like, what are you talking about? And then he rises up, and then the guy that he's talking to is not the guy who started the operation. It's actually Joker. So the implication is that Hugo at first didn't realize he actually was in Joker's mind. He was successful with the machine. So Batman uses that to his advantage, because I didn't expect it. But I'm sitting there going, wait, he did reveal? No, that we didn't see that. And then I started to realize, oh, this is messing with him. And it was really well done, because Joker gave it away. After there was certain wording that the, versions of these characters Batman, of course, is playing inside, Batman's mind to Joker, certain wording to get him to say it. Because if they would have outright was just like, Ian, where were you at? Like, they have to play it up like they already knew and they're messing with him and he's getting all frustrated, and it gets like he wants to do an opera and he wants to do a play and all that. And so he just reveals it. Of course, it's under the place where they have operas. Of course, that's where she's hidden, but of course they didn't know that. So that was really well done, of course. And then ripping off the mask, all four of them down the line, was really weird, because at one point Yen rips off its Batman, and I'm like, it's a weird visual, but it worked. It freaking worked. And then again, we saw all the different versions of people with Joker faces and stuff, the Joker moon, the Joker chicken, the Joker fish. So it was just a bizarre, like, looking episode in regards to certain things like that. But hey, it freaking worked, because it was such a different type of episode, because we've already had Joker do a lot of insane stuff already in the show so far. He's appeared most out of all villains, and for this approach to just go inside his mind is a little bit of a different approach than just dealing with another Joker takes you in, type of story, where we're just following the storyline beat for beat in terms of we're just in regular Gotham and everything. We're going inside his mind and seeing more in depth into Joker's mind. Now this kind of ties into Hugo Strange with him being in this episode, because he's there in talking to Bruce, and then he sees Batman and Joker fighting, of course, inside the building. And he's like, seeing two sides of the same coin. We've heard that kind of thing referenced before, about where Batman and Joker are essentially very similar in some instances, but of course very different in others. But the idea of them both taking this approach they have in regards to being a vigilante and being a villain, like Hugo Strange sees it as pretty similar in some instances. He's really curious. And then we get to see him at the end of the episode where Joker is crying, and I think he's like completely like just, he's unhinged. I think to the point where he's questioning everything because he failed. And I don't know, it was really weird to see him in that kind of state. But the idea of Hugo Strange like talking and then going, I'm really curious about this one, and looking at it as a picture of, well, it's like an image with a question mark of Batman. Like he wants to study the Batman and understand the Batman, because he makes a point inside Joker's mind when they actually have a little talk for a second. He says, "You have an overly urgent need to save Yen." It's like, of course, because she's somebody that needs to be saved. But he's like, "It's because you found somebody before." Yeah, because he couldn't save his parents, so of course, yes, he wants to save you. But it's not just because of that. It's because he's the hero that Gotham needs, and he's been doing this for quite a while. And the idea of letting a cop just die, like, no, that's not going to stand. He wouldn't do that. He just wouldn't, even if it wasn't Yen, he wouldn't let that person die. He would try everything in his power to save them. So I get his assessment in terms of trying to figure out, the Batman, what is his deal? But come on. But anyways, one last tidbit I really want to mention quickly. Interesting that they had Yen dressed up in a Jester outfit, that Joker dressed her up in a Jester outfit. I'm like, he kind of made a Harley. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if we're going to see Harley Quinn in the show. I don't know if we will, but it would be interesting if we did. But it was kind of interesting how they dressed her up in the Jester outfit, because they could have dressed her up in anything, but he put her in a Jester outfit. So I don't know. I don't know if that was like a little bit of a wink and a nod to Harley. I have no idea, but maybe it was. Voice went out there. Anyways, I'm going to go now. I got to get to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this episode. I'm curious to know your thoughts. What were some of your favorite bits of this episode? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.